Today, we're talking about something that can make any teacher nervous, even the seasoned ones. We're talking about formal observations. If you're about to have your first formal observation and you're wondering how to impress while keeping your preschoolers engaged and on track, you're in the right place. Stay tuned. We're going to cover everything from lesson prep to classroom management and even those little moments that make a big difference. So this video is the product of what happens when life happens and you have to keep pushing. So it looks a little bit different, and I will try not to have you look at this blurred background for the whole duration of the video, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that I'm getting out a video frequently for all of you, because I know that a lot of these topics are time sensitive. So let's get back into the video. So tip number one is to prepare your lesson plans thoroughly. So that means you want to make sure that you have engaging lesson plans. You want to make sure that they are hands-on. You want to plan for your transitions, and that means like to and from different areas in the classroom, as well as between activities. You even want to prepare a backup activity because, let's face it, like, preschoolers are unpredictable. So you want to make sure that that activity that you have prepared is engaging. But if something goes off the rails, for instance, you want to make sure that you have something else ready to go. Another good thing to have is to make sure that you are incorporating music and visuals and movement to keep their attention span up, as well as to address different learning styles. Now, you may be saying that you do this anyway, but on this particular day, especially if it's a formal observation, and the difference that I'm making here is basically administration tells you when they're coming in, what day they're coming in, and what kind of lesson they want to see, whether it's a math activity or a literacy activity. So they're giving you time to get all your things together. Whereas an informal observation is when they come in and you have no idea that they're going to come in and sit down and observe you. So for the purpose of this video, I'm talking about formal observations because it gives you time to prep. And because it gives you time to prep, you want to make sure that things are moving smoothly. Like, there are times in your classroom where you may not have all your materials near you. So you may have to get up and get something. Maybe you forgot something in the cabinet, maybe something is in a bag somewhere. That you want to eliminate those kind of things happening when you are being observed, because you want to show that you are prepared and that you are ready to go and that you are organized. So with that, you also want to check your resources. And what I mean by checking your resources is basically just making sure that you have everything and that they work. So for instance, if you are using the smart board, you want to make sure that the activity that you have planned is ready to go and that the board actually works, that there's no delays or anything like that. If you're using other electronics like a laptop or a radio, you want to make sure that they are ready to go, that they are working as well. So it's those types of things that you can afford maybe a little bit of a lag time when you are doing it by yourself. But when it's a formal observation, you want to show that you're not normally scattered all over the place, that you are organized. So in order to do that, you want to show your best self when you are doing this. And then lastly, you want to double check to make sure that everything is within arm's distance, so that you don't have to, like I said, get up really and kind of disturb the flow of whatever the activity is. And as a bonus for this category, maybe you want to do a concept or topic that you already covered, but just do it in a different, more engaging, exciting kind of way. Another thing you want to do during your lesson is to have open-ended questions. Have questions prepared, even things that you want to discuss with the children at that or during that activity, maybe scribble them down on Post-it notes for yourself, or, try your best to remember them. But to have questions that allow them to think critically and express themselves are really great indicators that you are prepping your lesson plans and delivering your lesson plans thoroughly to that observer. The next tip is to set your expectations. And this is something that you would do anyway, so it shouldn't be that difficult, but especially on a day like your observation day, you want to go over those expectations before you begin, and even throughout the lesson, you want to provide them with some kind of path to success so that they're able to engage during the lesson plan, and so that the behavior can be managed during the lesson plan as well. So that tip, as well as this next tip, tip number 3, they kind of go hand in hand. This next tip is to use your behavior management, whatever it is you use for behavior management. You know how I feel about certain things, but whatever you use to ensure that you are getting cooperation from your students. Some of the things that I would like to share with you is praising them sincerely, not just for any and everything, but you want to be sincere in your praise. Also redirecting if there's anything that you need to redirect them from, so that the lesson runs more smoothly. Do that. Maybe use your nonverbal cues, whether that's signals or gestures or whatever the case may be, just so that you're reminding them of your expectations, the types of behaviors you are looking for at this time during this part of the day. And again, these are things that you do anyway, but you definitely want to make sure you want to make sure that you are doing them, especially on your formal observation day. And to take some of the pressure off of you, be flexible. You may have to think on your feet because, like I mentioned before, preschoolers are unpredictable. So just make sure that even the best lesson plan may have hiccups because of the unpredictability of your audience. And tip number 4 is basically just be yourself. What your observers, your administration, what they're really looking for is your overall classroom management, how adaptable you are, and your interactions with the children. So if you can get those things down, it will be a great representation of your overall teaching skill in the classroom. So to help you out with preparing for your formal observation, I have included a free checklist in the description box. You can go ahead and grab that and download it and just keep it so that you're able to ensure that you are ready for your first formal observation. So go ahead and grab that. Preparing for a formal observation can be overwhelming, but remember, you got this. It's your hard work and your dedication and your passion for teaching that makes your classroom so special. And observations are just a way to showcase all the amazing work that you are doing in your classroom every single day. If you found these tips helpful, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe for more preschool classroom management tips. And also share your observation experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.